Welcome back to only the LA Gladiators' second win so far this season in the Overwatch League, but what a win it has been. One more map to go, but they have been looking so dominant over Atlanta Reign so far.
Yeah, it was surprising to see the Gladiators in the condition they were earlier, especially when they got a lot of their wins based on good strategy. And clearly they were ready for this end layer substitution that we've seen from the Atlanta Reign previously, and they had their dive composition ready for A, rolled it right into B. So looking darn good for the Gladiators.
No kidding. I mean, I'm really happy. More strong teams in the league, the better, in my opinion. It was weird to not count Gladiators among them. Meanwhile, another substitution on the other side. I think we all know who that is. DeFran coming back in for end layer. On the Atlanta Reign side, we'll see if maybe they can at least pick up one map. Obviously, the Reign still having a pretty great season up to this point. Loss aside, you know, still a team we could see make it into the Stage 1 playoffs pretty easily, but it is a bit worrisome seeing how some of maybe their ult economy was handled today.
Yeah, the supports have not been on point for the Atlanta Reign. You have to say overall. And, you know, part of that's caused by, I don't think anybody's put this much pressure on their tank line before, so a lot of those tanks are getting low. They're feeling like they have to pop sound barrier or trance very early in these engagements. But I think the most impressive thing about the Gladiators is we talk so much about the excellence of their coaching, the excellence of their strategic game plans last season.
Sure.
Sort of didn't really show up until this point. But not only did they fix seemingly most of their problems, which I think were not difficult fixes, but they really identified who were the threats on the front line there of the Atlanta Reign, and if they just put pressure on Pokpo and they just focused him as much as they could, the rest of the team was going to crumble, and it certainly has.
Well, it was a lot of what you were mentioning earlier, where it was Pokpo and then it was also Erster that they identified as someone they really needed to lean on quite a bit here. And a lot of times in those later fights in Temple of Anubis, you would see Erster nearly die at the beginning of a fight, and Dogman would have very little choice other than to pop that Transcendence to try to keep him alive and preserve the push, but that would end up making the trance use early, and it'd be tough. Monty Verde. Green Monty.
That's me.
Monty Verde. There you go. I can only speak Korean.
It's not easy being green. Which is why it's so hard to be a Valiant fan right now, honestly.
Oh, it's sad, but it's true. Gladiators on the attack here.
Just be glad I'm not casting next match Valiant fans. Gotta get him in now while I can.
Oh, Big Goose. I was worried. I was afraid he played himself there. He's going to go into the drink, but no. He's okay as Gladiators continue to attack, and it's tough. Ooh.
Little bounce back right there.
Can't kill Lucio. It's too tough, man.
And Masa trying to get that angle just so he can move some
Whoa,
of the decay, but is this too much?
I mean, yeah, it looks like it's enough anyway. It's going to take a while for Dogman to get back, and Poco out of there. Whoa, and that's a nice knockback onto Roar, putting him in the canals as well.
I mean, but you're going to come up on a 6 versus 4 scenario. They have to send Masa back to really just taxi people to the point with his speed boost, but you've lost control of this corner, and this corner is one of the best parts to defend here on point A. So in the end, Gladiator's going to get some payload movement as a result of that fight.
Yeah, and making it around that corner is really challenging. So you're going to be pretty happy to take that one. Roar walking forward, looking for that shatter. The shield gets Dogman with that one. Can they get any kills, though? Roar, a little bit of trouble until the Transcendence was used by Shaz, but Poke gets a charge onto Hydration. That's going to be an easy win for Atlanta Reign, just countering the aggression from the Gladiators.
Yeah, earlier Graviton Surge there, thanks to DeFran. Gladiator's going to be coming back with a lot of tools to make this work, though. Masa, let's take a look and see if he's going to use his sound barrier effectively when the Graviton Surge comes in from the Gladiators.
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of it's been trying to pull those support ultimates out of the Reign early on. We'll see if they can keep doing that. Dako throws in the self-destruct.
Nice kill on the Shaz.
Gets knocked off, though, by the whip shot from Erster. There goes Big Goose as well, and Gladiators gonna have to go back to spawn again. Point A is starting to look a little bit tough for these guys. 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they let the Atlanta Reign get control of this corner once again.
Yep.
So the Atlanta Reign back in the position. They'd love to defend that right now. Plenty of support ultimates to handle the Gladiators' more offensive ultimates when it comes to the Graviton Surge. Going to be popping around this corner again.
That's right.
We'll be backing off.
So they will give them the space, but now you made it past the corner. You have to get through this really, really narrow choke, which is another challenge in and of itself. Grab, ready to go for decay. Is he going to use it? Yes, he is. Self-destruct comes in too. Poco tries to counter shatter. Nice charge, though. And it was Poco killed during that charge from Roar, and now they're going to be able to push back Atlanta Reign. Yeah, so just some patience from the Gladiators, and they finally find the fight they were looking for. A lot of time, though, used off the time bank by Rain.
Yeah, Masa didn't drop the sound barrier at the start of that fight, so no real protection from the self-destruct, especially when the Reinhardt charge comes through, and that means one fight left here at the end of A.
Okay, they're going to walk right back into it. Popo got really low, barely saved by that sound barrier in the end, and he's not going to be able to live through the entire fight, though, but there goes Hydration. A grab comes in again. Dako with that self-destruct. Body blocking roared into oblivion as that shield did not cut it. Masa gets the boop onto Big Goose, and it's going to be Atlanta Reign holding at the end of A again.
And we're in one fight territory now, Doa. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Hold.
A lot of ultimates used. Watch Decay, though, coming back up on with another Graviton. He's going to be the key for the Gladiators in this next fight. But they don't have a lot of time to build up his Zarya energy, so damage might be on the lower side.
It's going to be tough, man. Hydration's going to have to get in there with the rally to be aggressive. They're going to use that to just push forward here. Atlanta Reign taking the fight up ahead because they know they don't want to let him get to the payload. That was your shatter dropped by Roar. No knockdowns out of that one. Dogman goes in with the Transcendence.
They need to get on the card.
That Transcendence is going to end, man. Oh, and there it goes. Popo and Dogman eliminated by Void Self-Destruct. He's going to catch Dako as well. Point contested here. Gladiators might just be able to push this one through A. It looks like they will, and again, I feel like just a little bit of mistiming on those ultimates, and that costed Rain big time.
Well, also, I love how the Gladiators are playing with their shatter this game. Roar has had a great series so far, something they really needed from him as they stagger out Dogman here.
Oh.
Just put him to sleep.
he's on Grandma's farm now. He's much happier, trust us.
They took Dogman to the countryside.
That's right. Yeah, he's just going to run with all the
out behind the shed.
Animals now. It's a magical place. Payload coming around the other tough corner on this map. This is another rough one to get through if you are the attackers. Got a couple ultimates though. Shaz with that Transcendence ready to go. The grab drop down here right onto Void. They're all going to pile onto this Diva, and it looks like they will get the D-Mech, but Dogman's going to pay for it too. Masa down as well. Supports for Rain eliminated here. And that payload's still moving. We're going to turn around. Ooh, Earth Shatter. Blocked by most everybody. I'm kind of surprised at that. He's going to take Popo for a ride there.
Decay's still alive.
Decay able to do it in Gladiators. Man, that was an interesting fight, but they turned it around.
I mean, turns out when you have a rally and Decay is going crazy with high energy on the Zarya, you're going to be able to mop up a lot of those engagements.
Yeah.
And Decay also earns himself yet another Zarya ultimate.
He's been getting those pretty quick.
Sure has. And now suddenly, after nearly getting full held on this map, they find themselves with plenty of time to take point C.
Decay with even time to wave to his opponents there. That's called momentum there.
Give him the old Sinatra special right there.
That's right. Ooh, Earth Shadow thrown in though. Void taking a nap now on top of the payload. He's going to get away just in time. Popo going to use that to go forward, and they're going to finish off Roar to Fran have the damage they needed. Now Popo though in a little bit of trouble, going to get saved by Dogman's Transcendence. Big Goose out of the way too, so Atlanta Reign going to get themselves a bit of breathing room. Here on point C.
Quite a bit, in fact, as they even managed to eliminate Decay.
Yeah.
Heading back into that spawn, so resetting the Zarya charge, and that means Atlanta gets to take this high ground right now. It's a very difficult high ground to take. Gladiators may rotate all the way around through the staircase. Looks like that's what they're going to be doing right now, just to push them off.
Yeah, I'm going to try to just avoid that low ground completely since they've got the payload far enough already. Why not? Dako going for the boop, trying to knock a few people off.
That was a great play, actually.
It was a good attempt anyway, but now he's going to get stunned and he's going to get D-Mech. Going to have to pop that self-destruct to get his mech back again. Just a purely remeching ultimate there.
Style black hole right there.
I was going to say DeFran just lobs it in there. Like, oh, well, it's
I don't need
a combo.
It's fine.
I don't know about that. Okay, that's a grab that looks a little bit better here. It's going to draw the sound barrier from Rain. Self-destruct, then catches two again. Popo and Masa not making it out of that one alive. They got Dogman trapped. And that's going to be a lot of distance on that payload, and that's going to be maybe a nasty stagger onto DeFran. Dako trying to save him as he goes back to spawn. Going to barely get him there.
The Goose is not back yet with his teammates now rounding the corner, so we are going to see a 6 versus 6.
Yep. All right, here we go. The final fight. If Gladiators are able to take this one, they'll be able to finish the map. If they can't, it's going to be tough to get back and contest it again with just 30 seconds in the time bank. Daco a little bit low, self-destruct, knocks out Hydration. Chaz with the Transcendence counter shatter comes out from Roar, and that's going to be the kills coming in. Dogman not able to use his Transcendence before he's removed from the battle, and that is going to be Gladiators finishing it. Nearly a point A hold, but they rally back, literally and figuratively, and finish that map.
17 seconds left in the time bank. Not a whole lot, but you'll take it after that slow roll through A if you're a Gladiators fan. And right now, we'll see if Atlanta can take a map in this series or whether they are just going to go home with absolutely nothing.
I mean, that would be crazy if Gladiators 4-0 Atlanta Reign, just looking at how these two teams have performed coming into this series. And you know, it's like I said, if at some point Gladiators were going to just kind of go crazy and become the Gladiators of old, you know, become that team we knew they were going to be. Was it going to be today? Was it not? That was the question. Well, had to give the edge to Atlanta coming into it, but man, it has definitely been a breakout performance by LA Gladiators today.
I mean, we knew this team was just a couple of steps away from being incredibly dangerous, and they've activated at the right time now because they had to win to keep themselves in contention for the Stage 1 playoffs. They delivered. It's not over for them yet. Obviously, a couple more matches remain to even consider being in stage playoffs, but
yeah,
you
still
know,
on the bubble for sure.
Yeah, still on the bubble. But every map is going to really matter for them because if they can get up to that 3 and 4 score, it'll probably be a map differential that decides who gets those 7th and 8th seeds.
And we talk about every map mattering, and a lot of times these fourth maps, teams that enter the lead don't take them too seriously. Well, this is a map that Gladiators are definitely going to take seriously.
All right, Ursa on the Pharah. They're going to go for very aggressive point A take right here, try and punish the low mobility composition of the Gladiators on the low ground. Just take a couple shots there. Wanted to see if they get a Widow shot. Wanted to see if they could get, you know, the Mercy damage boost to create an early pick before they turn it around.
Right, little bit of concussion grenade action from Pharah into the canals, but Gladiators not giving them any opportunities. There's an opportunity, Big Goose. Whoa, it's World War Boop as Popo takes a swim, and that's going to be an early defense for the Gladiators.
Truly the most forgotten about of World Wars.
I love it. One of the most impressive and heroic, though. Look at this.
And another one. This is a very fancy wall ride from the Goose, and we'll see if he can get anything.
Oh, here he comes! Oh, I love it!
Oh, Masa got the read.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, fool me once, I'm going to get environmental guild. Fool me twice, and then, you know, just log off, right?
I'll look up, and that's going to be it. I'll boop you instead.
There you go.
The booper becomes the boopy, as they say.
That's right, as the old saying goes. Like my grandfather always said. LA Gladiators have to give up a little bit of ground to Atlanta Reign here. All right. Atlanta Reign on that high ground, just letting the payload edge forward before they drop down. And here's the moment. They're going in. Can they win the fight, though? Can't really find the dive under Roar that they were hoping for, anyway. Daco backing away. Really wants to keep that mech alive. Oh, but the grab comes in for Gladiators. And there were just too many low health members for the Reign. What do you do, man? I mean, they just took so much poke damage trying to be aggressive. That easy grab from Gladiators, they used nearly nothing to win that fight.
Calculated play from the Gladiators.
Yeah.
Daco was very far forward. They poke out his mech. He has to use his boosters to fly away. Guess where there's not a defensive matrix anymore? Right in front of the Reign. And the Goose!
Oh, no. Oh, the Goose was loose, but
I like the style play.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, that's every time I play Rialto, that's me, man. I don't look anywhere near as good as Big Goose when I'm doing it, but you got to go for those boops. Too much fun. All right, Atlanta Reign trying to stay safe. Inside where you're not going to get thrown into the canal. Now the grab comes in from Reign. They get Roar on the cart with that one. He's going to try to counter shatter. Sound barrier now for Reign to keep people up despite that pretty good shatter. Now another one comes in from Popo, and that's going to be a kill on Hydration. The charge comes through as Roar tries to escape. They're going to give some ground and concede that fight over to Atlanta Reign. And that's going to be about it. Yep, goodbye, Roar. That shield was not going to last.
Yeah, they kept Decay alive, though, so that's actually pretty important. So Decay coming back with Zarya Energy and a Graviton Surge. Remember, Masa used the sound barrier in the last fight, so Gladiators can fight here, especially if that happens.
Again! Big Goose just keeps finding him, and now it's an easy 5v6. Goodbye, Ursa. I love it. I love watching Big Goose. Man, you know, you can complain about this meta from time to time, but it has been a great meta for Lucio plays.
Yeah, it has. Lucio, such a fun hero to watch. And coming in, I mean, Gladiators are going to be overjoyed. They reset Zarya energy on the other side.
Yeah.
They kept their own Zarya energy. They have a grab that they didn't have to use. And now Atlanta Reign have 1 fight and 0 ultimates. A grab if they're lucky.
Dude, it does not get much tougher than it is right now for the Atlanta Reign. Coming into this very short-handed in ultimates. Gladiators 1 fight away from closing out the 4-0, and there goes Defran. Oh, Popo and Defran down before the fight even begins. And with just 15 seconds left, it's going to be tough to imagine Atlanta Reign even getting people back to contest. They might be able to get somebody there. Maybe Masa can make it in, but the cohesion's not going to be there. Goodbye, Masa. And now the Hammond tried to do it. The Shatter prevents them. That's going to be a clean, decisive, dominating 4-0 from the Gladiators.
What a way to end, too, Doa. You hit Defran with the solo grab because you know he's going to be the closest one to have his ult online. He's the only threat. Solo grab him, get rid of him. You get the Zarya with all that energy, and that's going to be a 6 versus 5. Easy team fight win.
Oh, it's been just great awareness all throughout for the Gladiators as far as ult economy on the other side. And, you know, everything we said the Gladiators were lacking coming into the series, they had it this time, man. They kept everybody together. We didn't see tanks getting too far ahead and getting picked off too often. Saw it a little bit, but it was, man, it was like a million times better.
Night and day.
Yeah. So good. And so many good plays from Big Goose as well. It was a fun match to watch. Gladiators keeping themselves alive in that stage 1 playoff hunt. And now we have Mika down by the stage with Big Goose to hear his words after that series.
Thanks, guys. We got Big Goose here. Make it up, or give it up for Big Goose. He has had some clutch boops. I've been enjoying your Lucio play. It has been phenomenal. And this has been an essential win for the Gladiators. And not only was it a win, it was a domination, and it was awesome. So is this the momentum the Gladiators need to get to the stage playoffs?
Yeah, I think we just focused on our own game, and we finally managed to get the performance we wanted.
You did, and it was amazing to watch. And I talked to your performance coach earlier, and he said that the communication has been a lot better. You guys are really starting to mesh well. So can you give us a little insight onto how that process has been? Have you been learning Korean? What's been going on?
Yeah, I've been learning Korean, but I can't use it yet. Maybe someday, but we've been improving a lot in comms, confirmation, and stuff like that. It does help a lot this week.
Wonderful. Well, I hope your communication continues to grow, and I'm sure that there are plenty of people who will practice Korean with you if that's what you need. But for now, we're going to kick it back up onto the casters.
Thank you, Mika. Hey, Big Goose, I'll practice with Korean with you anytime, man. Just let me know. I need all the help I can get. Yeah. But that was a...
In many ways.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What can I say? I don't know. Is it Poke, Pose, or Poco? Who knows? It's all the same to me. Yeah. But man, what a great series for the Gladiators.
Yep.
Finally becoming the team that we kind of, hope they would be all throughout. And we've got so many highlights from that series, man. A lot of stuff from the supports. Let's check it out. It's gonna be pretty sick. Decay, of course, it's fun to see the Genji come out every once in a while. And didn't get a lot with his Dragon Blade, but then after it was done, finding all the final blows.
It's easy to sweep up this Anubis beat point if you start getting rolling with the Genji dash resets, and that's exactly what they're going to be getting right there. Great pin from Roar, who was absolutely fantastic this match. It's been something, that synergy that was lacking was found today. Said night and day for the Gladiators. We should probably say Nox at DM if we're going to be technical about it.
Hey man, I'm just practicing Korean. I'm not even going to touch that.
That's all right. I got the Latin covered, though.
There you go.
Right.
Well, it was, the range sort of found themselves between a hieroglyph and a hard place on Temple of Anubis.
Well played.
Thank you. Meanwhile, on Rialto, it didn't get much better. Ended up being a point A hold for the Gladiators here. And again, this was a map where, you saw a lot of fun big plays like the shatters, you saw the self-destructs, the Big Goose boops, but in the end, it was really the awareness that the Gladiators had, the teamwork and the ability to kind of track those ultimates, and man, I'll never get tired of watching this kind of stuff. Well, you can take this to your ladder games. It feels so good every time.
Not as a Reinhardt, though. It doesn't feel good at all.
Not as a Reinhardt. Don't take that to your ladder games as a Reinhardt. Do it if you're the Lucio. There you go. But man, what an awesome series. What a great way to kick off the day. Obviously, Atlanta Reign still very much alive in their own playoff hunt. here in stage 1, but today it's all about the LA Gladiators keeping themselves alive. That's pretty sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I'm just glad to see the Gladiators looking like the form that we're used to seeing them in, because it really made absolutely no sense that they would be underperforming in this meta. You look, they brought Decay, who used to play with Roar in Korea. Like, there should have been synergy there. There was a lot of really strange things that were happening. And it seems like this, you know, taking a few days off, they come back strong against Atlanta, and they look very scary.
Well, speaking of Roar, spoiler alert, let's take a look at our player of the match, brought to you by Omen by HP. Who's it going to be? I already told you, it's Roar. There were so many good players on the Gladiators today to choose from, but Roar, I think, deserves a primary look there because of what he didn't do. He didn't go too far forward. He didn't die constantly. Great team play from this guy, finally, to add to that great individual play.
Yeah, and we could ask the Reign, were they ready for Roar, ready or not? He was ready to give it all he got.
I mean, they might be ready to give it one more shot.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, we'll see. Yep, Roar, of course. A lot of hero damage done.
Shout out to the GSL.
That's right. SC2, never forget. So Roar, of course, having a fantastic day on that Reinhardt. Just a small part in the big picture of what made the LA Gladiators so dominant over LA, or not LA rain today. See, it's the weather again, over Atlanta rain, yeah.
The rain in LA.
Rain ever, a different kind of rain though. But the rain was broken this time by the shield of the Gladiators.
Well, that was very poetic, Dara.
Thank you, I know, right? That's right, don't go anywhere, guys. It's gonna be LA Valiant, your second LA team taking on the Philadelphia Fusion. Can LA make it 2 in a row? Who knows? Let's find out. Don't go anywhere, guys. The Overwatch League will be right back after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered.